In this video, I'll demonstrate setting up an OpenID resource, which can be used to protect access to things like backend APIs. From the Authentication landing page, navigate to the resources list. Click the Add button. First, we need to give the resource a name. We'll call it Test Resource. We need to give it a resource indicator URI. In this example, I'll use api.example.com. This can be a real URL of your backend API or something representative. We need to provide one or more scopes that can be requested. I'll use API read, hit enter to add the first one, and API write. We'll save that. We can navigate back to a client to which we want to grant access to this resource. I'll click the Add Resource button, select the resource, and select one or more of the scopes that are available. This client's now ready to use. Returning to our code sample, we can choose a resource to access in our auth configuration. So I'll select the test resource, and we can see the settings have been updated. The settings now specify the resource that needs to be accessed, and the resource scopes have been added to the list of scopes. I'll copy these settings and insert them into our demo. We can now run the demo. Choose any credential to log in with. Now in the authentication response, you can see we have a fully fledged access token. I'll copy this access token and have a look at the decoded version using jwt.io. I'll paste in the access token and a bit more. We can see that the audience claim in the token shows the resource that we've requested. This access token is for this resource. We can also see in the scopes list that we've been granted these two resource scopes along with the other scopes that we've requested. If we pop back to our resource client, we can have a look at some other examples. There's a resource protection example for Node.js. This gives a really simple example of how in an Express app you might apply bearer token middleware to decode an incoming bearer token. If we select a resource, we can see the configuration for this has been updated. So we've got some JWT verification options. We'll be verifying that the issuer is the verified orchestration OIDC instance. And we'll also verify that the audience is for the resource that we're trying to protect access to. Once the token has been decoded, the scopes will include those resource scopes, which can be used to provide some level of authorization implementation within an API.